the Heart Connection podcast, lovelies. This is a place to connect, to inspire, to heal, and to empower you to live a healthy, happy, and purposeful life from your heart. I'm Pavlina Jirushkova, your host. I'm an intuitive health and life coach, and I help women to connect to themselves, to step into their power and their purpose, and to heal from within. I believe that all issues we are experiencing in life, physical, mental, and emotional, arise from being disconnected from your heart, from your true self, and I'm going to help you to open your mind, to connect to your heart, and to heal from within. So let's dive right in. Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the Heart Connection podcast, lovelies. It feels like I haven't spoken to you in a while because last week I was away. I was on a holiday in the beautiful south of Sweden, and I pre-recorded the last episode before I left on holiday. And this week I'm actually gonna do something a bit different because the day after we came back, which was quite tiring, the way back, we drove overnight and we didn't sleep much, so I was already really tired on the way. And then the day after we got back, my inner winter started, so I got my period, and for the last few days I just been feeling really low on energy, and that's normal for me the first few days of my period. And I actually like to practice cyclical living, so I try to not to work too much, or if it's even possible to take the first few days, the first three days or so of my period, I take them off and relax and tune in and connect to my inner voice and let the inspiration come in and rest and relax. I still wanted to have a new episode this week, so because I didn't feel like I had the energy to record a few episodes, I decided to share with you all live training or live Facebook Live I recorded in my private community, my Facebook community, Heal the Tribe Soul Sisters, on the topic of releasing resistance to change, releasing resistance to healing. Some of you might have heard it already if you are in my Facebook community. If not, you can always join. Is free to join, and I share with you, with the members of my community, I share some trainings. I've done some live trainings in the past. I've done some live workshops in the past. I've done group healing sessions in the community, and I'm planning to do some trainings again soon. I haven't decided yet when exactly, but there will be some more trainings coming soon in the Facebook community. So if you're not if you're not a member of Heal the Tribe Soul Sisters, you can join. I will put a link into the show notes how you can join, and I would love to see you there. But like I said, the topic will be that of the recording I will share with you shortly is resistance to change, resistance to healing, and I talk more about it in the episode that I recorded within the Facebook community. That I might mention the Heal from Within workshop within the Facebook community, and you can actually find the recording for free on my website. I will also put the link in the show notes, but just in case you would be wondering later on in the episode, within the workshop, I did a group healing session, a guided group healing session to release resistance to healing, to release resistance to change. And I will also put the link in the show notes for you so you can access it if you haven't. It was a group healing session, but if you do the replay, if you want to experience it, then you can just treat it as if you're listening live to the workshop, if you're listening live to the healing session, and treat it as such. Because I always say when I do these sessions that in the quantum world, in the energetic world, there's no time or space. So it doesn't matter if you attend live or if you listen to the recording later on. Treat it as if you would be there live with all the people there, and you will notice that you can actually feel the energy of the group. I guide you to connect to the energy of the group, and you will feel it. And then I guide you to connect to your inner voice and release the resistance with the help of your inner voice. And you can listen to it as many times as you like, because there might be more. So as long as you feel the need to release more, if you feel like there is more resistance, you can listen to it as many times and let yourself be guided by me and by your inner voice to release these blocks, to release this resistance from your body, from your energy field, from your emotions, and so on. And in the actual episode that you will listen to shortly, I talk about why we have this resistance to healing, why we have this resistance to change, and I offer you some other solutions, how you can do it consistently every day, because there's always, no matter what you are trying to change, what you are trying to heal, what you are trying to achieve, it's always necessary to do the work yourself as well, to take the responsibility for yourself, for your life, for your body, and to do consistent work. Only by doing consistent work on yourself you can achieve change, So by following the tips I will give you during the recording I gave during the workshop, you can just follow the tips, follow the guidance. There's a few simple steps you can follow, a few questions you can ask yourself and your inner voice, and a few actions you can take. And by following these tips, and maybe also by doing the healing session to release resistance, you will notice that over time you will have less and less resistance to change, to healing, and to do things that ultimately that are good for you and good for your healing and good for your body and good for yourself overall. Because often, even though we know those things are good for us, a lot of things are good for us, and I'm not just talking about eating healthy or exercising, whatever it is, you might have even resistance to joining a group program or hiring a coach, or to going to a healer, or to going for a walk, whatever it is that you feel intuitively would be good for you. You still, even though it would be good for you and it would help you, you will still feel resistance, because we don't like to change. The mind, the brain is set that way, that it's trying to keep us safe, because what's staying in the old same way for our brain is safe. even though it might not be good for us, but any kind of change, that's how the brain is set up. Staying set in old ways is perceived as safe for your primitive brain. And I talk about it more in the recording, so I won't go more into it now, and I will let you listen to it in the recording quite soon. But no matter where you are, what the conditions are, what the restrictions are in the part of the world where you're living, what the restrictions are for you personally, because maybe you have some health issues or whatever the conditions are for you right now, the tips I give you in the actual episode might be actually relevant for you, for your everyday life, no matter if you do have resistance to change or not, because these are some general ways how to live consciously and intentionally, and setting intentions and having a morning routine or having a routine in your life, which I will talk about in a bit. It keeps you feeling normal, even though there might be things happening around in the world around you. There might be things happening in the world. You might not be able to do things you used to, or you might not be able to travel, or you might not be able to do the things you want to do. But if you live consciously and intentionally, and if you start your day this way, it will help you not only to overcome resistance, but also it will help you to live a more conscious life. It will give you a sense of normalcy. Routines and intentions are so powerful because intentions have energy, and if you decide to do something, if you set an intention and then act on it consciously every day, it will change your energy, and it will help you to stay connected to yourself and to the way you want to feel. Think about this and maybe listen to the tips and see how you feel. See what it's like for you when you do check in every morning, how you are feeling, and then go back to the intentions and to taking consistent action. And how you can do that, I will talk about it in the recording right now, and I won't talk anymore because I feel like I'm just repeating myself. So without further ado, enjoy the episode, and if you have any questions, if there's something that's resonating with you, I would love you to share it with me either on Instagram or send me a message on my website and let me know how this was useful for you, what your takeaways were, and maybe even how the healing session to release resistance was for you. If you decide to access it on my website, you will have all the links in the show notes, and I'm just gonna stop talking and let you listen to the episode right now. Okay, enjoy. Bye-bye. I wanted to talk about resistance today because that's something that's been coming up a lot lately for some of my clients. It's been coming up for me as well. I wanted to talk about not just about why we have this resistance to healing, to any kind of change, because ultimately if you want to heal any kind of chronic health issues, no matter if they're physical, mental or emotional, you need to change something, and you need to change within, and that can be difficult. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and the thing is, we are programmed to stay the same. It's not natural for our brain, or for the primitive part of our brain, to change a lot. It wants to keep us safe, and keeping us safe means keeping the same routines, keeping the same thoughts. That's why we have so many thoughts that are repeating themselves. Every day we have like 80,000 thoughts, or tens of thousands of thoughts, and like 80% of them are negative. And that's because of our subconscious programming. Our mind wants to keep us safe. Any kind of change is insecurity. It's not sure what's going to happen if we change something. So any kind of change can be potentially dangerous and unsafe for your body, for the being, for the human. The mind has been programmed this way to keep us safe, keep us stuck. No matter if it's good for the body or not, no matter if you physically unwell, if you mentally, emotionally unwell, it's safe to be the same, to stay the same. And of course, on top of all this programming that's been like this for thousands, maybe millions of years, the whole time our brain has been functioning this way. On top of that, we have resistance in the mind, programming from our childhood, from our parents, all these things that make us feel like we're not good enough. It pretty much wants to keep us small. This is what's going on in the mind all the time, judging yourself, judging everyone else. All the time, these negative emotions come up. And resistance is part of it, because it's not easy, like you've been doing the same thing all over again for 10, 20, 30, 40, or even more years. Change, like I said, is potentially dangerous for the mind. So the mind is trying to keep us safe. But the thing is that you are not the mind. You are not your mind. You are not the brain. You can not listen to your thoughts. You can just step into your power. You can connect to your inner voice, to your intuition, to your soul, to the being within, which actually likes change. It likes insecurity. It likes surprises. And your inner voice is always guiding you for the best possible outcome. Even though the mind thinks it's potentially unsafe to do anything that's actually good for you, your inner voice can always guide you towards the best possible outcome, to step into your power and to step into your purpose and step into your best and highest possible self and your health and your well-being. What you can do, I wanna talk about some solutions today, because that's important. How you can actually overcome this resistance. Because often I've been noticing, even though I know a walk would make me feel better, I like to go for walks in the afternoon, but the mind would try to resist me going for a walk. I can hear the thought, I'm tired and I don't feel like this, and it's not sunny outside and it's cold and I don't feel like walking and whatever. And it's the same with any kind of change that's necessary for your health. So actually, what's proven most effective and most useful for me and my clients is to start every day intentionally. The important thing is to decide that you want to change. Decide that you want to change and take conscious action. If you start every day intentionally and you take conscious action on the changes, it will, over time, it will get easier and easier. For example, meditation is good for you, or, journaling would be good for you, or doing inner voice work, or any kind of work that, would be making you feel better. Any kind of work, moving your body, because when we move the body, it's moving the energy, and it can look different every day, my morning routines, but starting every day intentionally, connecting to myself, to my body. And I do ask my inner voice what to do, what would be good for me that day. But
just starting with the intention instead of like going into the everyday, the same pattern of negative thinking that's been going on for ages. Instead, start your day with the intention. And the important thing also is to know how you actually want to feel, not just setting the intention, but actually asking how you actually want to feel, and then set the intention. I want to feel vibrant. I want to feel full of energy. I want to feel healthy. I want to feel happy. I want to feel fulfilled. And set the intention in the morning or every day, every week. That's why I post every week in this group. Every Monday, I ask you, what's your intention for the week? And it's good even setting weekly intention, monthly intentions, daily intentions, living intentionally, because your intentions have energy, and energy can influence your thoughts. It can influence your emotions. So start every day intentionally, and then take conscious action. And you can even ask your inner voice. You can tune in every day instead of going straight into the mind or grabbing your phone or watching the news or whatever, which would just make you go unconscious straight away. We live unconsciously like 95% of the time. So instead, go within, connect with your inner voice, connect with yourself, and then ask, what would be the best, most aligning way for me today to feel good, to feel vibrant, to feel healthy? Intentionally ask your inner voice. So you can just take a breath in the morning, close your eyes. You can meditate, you can tune in. What's your favorite way to connect to yourself, connect to your body? Like I said, it can look differently every day. Sometimes I like to do yoga in the morning. I meditate, I journal, I connect to my inner voice. Whatever it is, connect to your body, connect to yourself, connect to your inner voice, and then just breathe and connect. And you can ask, what can I do today to feel differently? What can I do today to make me feel better? What can I do today to be more in alignment? Or what do you want me to do, inner voice? You can just keep asking and then setting the intention. This is how I want to feel today. And following up, it's not just setting the intention, but actually after setting the intention and making this decision, taking conscious action as well. So if your inner voice tells you to go for a walk, or if it tells you to drink more water, or if it tells you to meditate or to dance, just keep taking these actions. And you can even visualize how you want to feel, just keep working through, and the mind will resist. And if the resistance comes, just breathe through it, tune back in, breathe through it. There might be some blocks, some feedbacks on the energetic level, on the emotional level, and you can just breathe through it. We've been through this. I did the Heal from Within workshop. There you learned how to release resistance, so you can actually release resistance with the help of your inner voice. Just keep going and keep setting these intentions every day and taking action as well. It's not enough to decide and set the intention. You need to take action every day. And it might be difficult in the beginning because you might not, the mind will talk you out of it, and for me, usually I have to get up straight away after I wake up. If I don't, the mind tends to tell me, you need to, we want to sleep. I want to sleep for a bit longer. It's still early. And sometimes I do, but if I actually get up earlier and dedicate half an hour, whatever the time is for you every morning to tune in and do these things, it will impact your full day, your whole day. I've been doing this for years and years, and sometimes I slip, when I feel better, I feel I've notice it so many times and it's only natural when we feel better, we think we don't need to do the work anymore. But I always have to come back and start again. And it will get easier over time if you take the action consciously every day. Morning works best for most people. And, when I still used to have an office job, I would get up consciously at 5 or 6 in the morning to have the time to set up my day for success, do the work, do the healing practices, do the meditation, do yoga, whatever. And over time, you get used to it, and it will get easier and easier. Just keep asking, keep setting those intentions, and keep connecting to yourself. And like I said, when the resistance comes, just tune back in. Don't listen to the mind. The thoughts will always be there because, like I said, it's subconscious programming that's been there for decades, that's been there for a million years, because we tend to take on our parents' programming, the societies, the community you grow up in, whatever, and we take it on from our ancestors. It's been like this for a very, very long time, and you won't be able to change it overnight. Just keep coming back to yourself, not the mind. Keep coming back to your inner voice, to your heart, to your highest self. That is how you get out of the resistance. This is how you overcome the resistance. Get out of the mind, tune back in, and keep asking those questions. Keep setting those intentions and taking conscious action every day. Like I said, it can look different every day. Keep asking, what can I do differently today? What can I do today to feel XYZ? What do you want me to do today, inner voice, to feel this way? Is that easy? I know it doesn't feel easy, but if you follow these steps, you will start feeling differently over time. It might take a month, it might take 3 months, it might take a year, but you will start to feel differently and work through this resistance, breathe through this resistance. It will get easier. And, if you set yourself up for the day, your day will look different. Some people, I understand, don't have the time in the morning. If you already have to get up at 5 or 6, then it doesn't have to take an hour. It can be 5 minutes in the morning. Just wake up 5 minutes early. Try 5 minutes first. You can always, extend the time. But start with 5 minutes in the morning to close your eyes, connect to yourself, tune in, and set the intention for the day and ask what you can do that day to feel differently. And like I said, if the resistance comes, tune back in and just breathe through the resistance. And usually, if you don't take action straight away, your mind will talk you out of it. It can be maybe helpful if you can't straight away, if you don't have the time in the morning or whenever you do it. Just write it down, set the intention. It can help to write it down, or even write it into our group so you have accountability, or you can find an accountability buddy, to help you to do these things. And keep taking consistent, conscious action, setting these intentions and asking, what can I do today to feel happy? What can I do today to feel energized? What can I do today to feel however you want to feel? What can I do right now? It doesn't have to be in the morning, although, like I said, I find it to work the best. But whenever you do it, it can be now, it can be in the evening to do it, to set the intention for the next day. But just keep taking this consistent action. And like I said, if you write it down, there's usually more success rate, like a higher success rate than if you just say it and come back to it maybe in the evening. What did I do today? How did I do today? What could I have done differently today? just keep coming back to it every day. You can journal about it. You can visualize how you want to feel. You can set affirmations, and the important thing is just keep getting out of the mind, because the resistance will be there. The negative thoughts will be there. But within your heart, there's always love and peace. There's no resistance. There's no fear. The mind is fearful because it was programmed this way. It was programmed to keep you safe, to keep you out of danger. When you tune in, there's only love, and love is always stronger than fear. And it's your true nature. Just keep tuning back in. And like I said, there might be blocks that you might need to release that are holding you back, that are keeping you stuck. And if you need support to release these blocks, you can always find some support. You can find a coach, you can find an inner voice facilitator, you can come back to me. Important thing is to break the cycle. It can, you can be like, we are all cyclical beings, and we are moving these in cycles. But my inner voice showed me recently that it's not going in circles, because sometimes, like, we have times when it's more difficult, then it gets easier, and it's not progress. It's not linear. Healing is not linear. We might have to go through the same thing all over again, but it's not going in circles. My inner voice showed me it's actually an upward going spiral, and we might have to go through the same thing again, but at the same time we are up leveling, and there's layers and layers we need to shed to come back to yourself. Because ultimately, and I've talked about this before, any kind of health issues, no matter if they're physical, mental, or emotional, are always a sign that you're disconnected from your true self. So you might have to go through these layers and through these cycles and go through the same thing all over again and move through the resistance again and release some more layers, release some more blocks. But ultimately, you are up leveling and you are healing, and it will get easier. You will break the cycle and you will heal. And like I said, if you need accountability, find an accountability buddy, or let us know here in the community what your intention is for the day, for the week, how you want to feel. I keep asking those questions. Write it down. That will help you with the accountability, because it can be really helpful. And if anyone needs one-on-one support, I'm more than happy to support you. I would love to support you. I actually right now have a few spots available in my signature deep healing program, where we work on all these things. When we work on releasing resistance, we work on releasing the blocks, we work on you being more conscious about your thoughts, about your emotions, about the programming you have, the subconscious programming, and all these things. We are working on coming back to yourself and uncovering all the underlying causes of your health issues. So if you need one-on-one support, I currently have 3 spots available for the one-on-one deep healing program. So if that's something you need right now, if you need one-on-one support, just send me a message or go to my website and check it out, and we can jump on a call and see if that's something that would be beneficial for you. If you want me to, I can give you some more details about the program. Basically, I teach you to move through all these things, release the underlying causes, release the blocks, and then we work on your subconscious programming, on the self-love, on the judgment, on the forgiveness, and all these things that have contributed to the development of your health issues. I teach you techniques, how to release stress, or anything that has contributed to the health issues and that is keeping you stuck and that is keeping you from stepping into your best and highest possible way. If that's something that seems like a fit for you, that's resonating with you, that your inner voice says it's a fit, I would love to support you. So, like I said, just send me a message or jump on my website. I will add a link to my website and we can just jump on a call and talk about it.
This episode was brought to you by my signature Deep Healing program. The One-on-One Deep Healing program is a high-level 6-month coaching and intuitive healing program for women with chronic health issues such as eczema, autoimmune disease, digestive or hormonal issues. If you are ready to connect to your true self, to step into your power and to heal from within, this program is for you. You can finally have an understanding of what your body and your soul need to heal on all levels. You will learn proven tools to get you there, and you will receive ongoing support from me throughout your healing journey. Together, we will uncover and unblock the underlying causes of your health issues so you can start living a healthy, happy, fulfilled, and purposeful life. So are you ready to take responsibility for your own health and well-being and to heal from within? Just head over to www.pavlinajiroušková.com and schedule a discovery call with me. I'm so excited to hear from you.